So in this video, I wanted to just take a quick look at the Pilot Frixion Ball Slim in the Japanese version. So I imported this through a different order that I got a bunch of stuff and I added this on just because it looked fun. And I like the Frixion. It's my favorite of the erasable pens by a wide margin. And I saw this slim one, which I hadn't really used too much before. So I bought it in this cool multi-pack. You could see it's clearly meant for sale in a stationery store. It's meant to be hung. It has this slim body and then 3 refills, and those are like individually packed within this very cool looking packaging. Clearly not meant for sale in the US. This is the Japanese import model, or not even the Japanese import model, the Japanese model that I imported. So first of all, you get the body. This is a Pilot Frixion Ball Slim. It has some instructions there. Take the front off, put the refill in, put the front back on, that makes sense. And then you get, looks like 3 refills. I don't know why it says 4 there, but 3 refills in the Frixion Ball 0.5 millimeter. And these are like a multi-pen style. That's the model number, the LF BTR F30EF, so extra fine. And yeah, so it's similar to a D1 type refill, but it's not a D1. And then there's that packaging again, very cool. And the whole set was cheap, maybe in the $4 or $5 range. Obviously, got to pay some shipping to get it over here. But if you're doing a larger order from Amazon Japan or Rakuten or something like that, you could usually bundle in for pretty cheap. And these ones are always hard to open. You don't really need scissors, but it helps. And you want to just get your finger under there, open it up. So here it is. This is the Pilot Frixion Ball Slim. You'll see it drops the clip. It is similar to the standard Frixion Ball in that it has that hard rubber eraser, but it's much simpler on the inside. So again, no clip, just a roll stop. And the rubber is gone from the grip area. It's just these little perforations, and they actually go through, which is cool. They look like dimples, but it looks like they actually do go through. And then there's clearly a mechanism on the inside to push it, but this doesn't push, which that's an eraser. You push this, which makes sense, right? So let's get moving on the refills. Same sort of deal where they're a little bit tricky to get open. And so the standard Pilot Frixion Ball does not use a tiny refill like this. It uses a full size, like a Pilot G2 style refill, like a rollerball style refill. But the Slim goes down to these tiny little guys. And we'll see if we can make out the model number just to confirm what we read before. Yeah, LFBTRF05, made in Japan. And this is in blue, 0.5 millimeter. Probably just make that out right there. So we'll remove the front, pop this little piece of wax off. And that's clearly not how it's supposed to go. Try that again. Okay, so you push it in. You don't just place it in so it would fall out. It's a friction fit, as you would normally see with a D1 style refill. So you get it here, and it has to join up with that white piece. And now it feels like it stops, but you want to push it in another, maybe, I don't know, 10 millimeters, 5 millimeters, something around there. Push it in, lock it down. This does not stick out, we're good. Click, and we're good to go. So here we have the Pilot Frixion Ball 0.5 millimeter. And I guess it is in the black, not the blue. The wax does not really want to come off. So I've had one of these for a while. but I wanted to do the sort of unboxing experience just because I thought the packaging was quite cool, and it was easy enough to show off the pen and all the refills it came with. The Frixion ball is a really nice series. Again, if you looking for erasable pens, I always recommend the Frixion series. The Uniball RE series is their erasables, and they use that thermo-sensitive ink that is really not very effective. But their pens are incredible. Like, the design of their pens are very cool. The Frixion series, it's like kind of a student series, and they tend to be a little bit boring. I'd say this is one of the cooler looking pens in the series, but the ink is much, much better than that of the RE, and I've compared them many times. So go back through some previous videos and you could check out the Frixion versus the RE. The RE tends to be really light and hard to read, plus being thermosensitive. If it gets too hot, the ink will disappear, at least temporarily. So this is the black. You can see it's not very dark. It's almost like a dark gray. It's acceptable. The blue is better. Let's just look at it next to, here's a pencil. So pretty close. If anything, the pencil, this is a standard HB pencil, is a little bit darker. Let's see if I have any black ink around. That's blue. I may not have any black ink handy. There you go. Here's that Sharpie S gel in a black ink. So you could see the black versus what should be black, but is really just a really dark gray in the Frixion. And then how does it erase? So all you're doing with this is creating friction, as the name says, and it will, so like this hard rubber works well, but almost anything will do for this. It's pretty good erasure. You could barely make out any ink. If anything, you see the indentation in the paper. I'll see it as a single pass now. So that doesn't really do it. And I think my eraser got a little dirty. Let's try it again, a single pass. Nah, can't really single pass it. Oh, that's the pencil, that's why. Let's try as a single pass. There you go. Yeah, don't try to erase pencil with this, it will not work. Okay, here, single pass. It's pretty good. Most of it is gone. I would say that's like maybe 80% removed in a single pass. As a little bit better, that's maybe 85. It's hard to quantify these things, but there you go. You can get really good erasure from that. And I guess I got this a little dirty by using that pencil, so I'll have to clean that off. Anyway, this is just gonna be a quick look at that Frixion ball. I think it's a very cool series, and I like the slim. It writes nice. The lack of a clip is fine. I mean, I'm okay with the lack of the clip as long as you have the roll stop there. That does it. Like, that's all I need. It is a little slim, so if you're gonna be writing for extended periods of time, definitely go ahead and get the standard Frixion. But if you just want something to throw in a notebook or to have on you, or to keep 3 or 4 of them inside your bag, this one is definitely pretty good. You can spin it, which I would say for me is pretty critical for a student type pen. So keep that in mind. And yeah, I think that about covers it. That's the Japanese version of the Pilot Frixion Ball Slim. Quite cool, definitely recommended. Thanks for watching.